It was 12 million. No, it was 30 million. No, it was 1 million. No, it was 2 million. No, it was 750,000. All these numbers about the slave numbers, it just keep changing. Could it mean that they absolutely don't know the true numbers? Could it mean that they actually lied about these numbers? Check this out. We're going to this book right here. Prior to 1790, it was almost impossible to figure out exactly how many Negroes were slaves and how many were free. In fact, we do not yet know how many Negroes were actually imported as slaves. According to Carey, the total number up to 1808 aggregated about 340,000. Others believe that there were brought in probably as many as 400,000. You see how it just changed just like that? Better estimates are impossible. Better estimates are impossible. Better estimates are impossible here because the variation in the annual importation as a result, many influences. Who's influencing these numbers? Who's controlling these numbers? Who's deciding when to go up? Who's deciding to go down in these numbers? In 1770 into 1790, however, when the spirit of freedom, from 1760 to 1770, there was a decided decrease in the number brought in. What? From 1770 to 1790, however, when the spirit of freedom was strong as a result of the struggle for the rights of man during the American Revolution, the number decreased. What? Wait a minute. So, you see how they just changing the number? They can't prove these numbers, y'all. It says after it was decided by the framers of the Constitution in 1787, they decided that the slave trade should prohibit after 1808. Several of the southern states, feeling that they were dependent upon slave labor, imported as many as possible during the immediate preceding that date. They was just sending people back and forth in America, not getting them from Africa, just letting you know. There were 757,881 Negroes in the United States in 1790, and 59,557 of these were slaves. Not one time they told you that they got them people from Africa. I already told you in my country that these Negroes that they're so-called importing is just Negroes from South America and from the Caribbean, and they just being sent back and forth all through the United States. That's all what's happening. They're not coming from Africa. These are American Indians. Let me show you something else to prove my point. Now, this is slavevoyage.com, and what we're going to do is see how many Africans really came over here to America, right? This is what we're going to look at. So I brought the dates from 1501 to 1806, right? And the country I want all the Africans to go to is the United States of America, which is North America. And the place they're coming from is Africa. Here he is right here. Boom, 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 boom. So when did slaves actually start coming to America? 1776 through the 1800s. This is what Slave Voyage is saying. Right here, 673 slaves from Africa came over here. That's not enough. 1801 to 1825, 2,292 slaves came over here from Africa. That's not enough either. But it gives us a grand total of 2,965 slaves from Africa. So only Slave Voyage is saying only about up to 2,000 Africans came over to America. Only about up to 2,000. But they want to play with you and say, okay, let's get these people from the Caribbean and bring them to North America. Let's get these people from South America and bring them to North America. Let's bring these people from Britain, which was American Indians, and bring them back to America and try to pass them off as African. I'm going to show you what really had took place. All those people that they was bringing from the Caribbeans, from South America, were all American Indians. I'm telling you, it's the flat out truth. And through this series that I'm doing right now, I'm going to prove it. But this shows you right here that purebred Africans, only about 2,000 of them came over here. And they ain't start coming over until 1776. I rest my case.